going on, Earth Signs? This is your girl, Venus Archangel, here with another love reading for you guys. If you're unsure of your placements, go ahead and check the description box below. Also, guys, please remember that these readings may not resonate with everybody, and that's totally fine. Alright, so we got this combination here. Commitment, taking things slow, not committing to anything, but maybe looking at the details, because old issues are coming up. Some things from the past are arisen up, has arisen, and yeah. It's making, and it's a factor in your not your communication, but it's a factor in whether you commit to a situation or not. Right? Old issues are the reason why somebody is moving very, very slow. Old pains. I shouldn't say issues a lot because it's not like, you know, these are things that people experience and it hurts them, but they're still experiencing those things. They're very aware of them by the looks of it, but that's why they're taking stuff very slowly, because I don't think the person wants to get hurt again the next time they get into a committed relationship. Now, that being said, let's go and see what's happening in your love life, guys. Told you. Already with the rejection. Maybe you don't want nobody no more. Alright, so you have the Seven of Wands, and underneath that you have the Judgment card. Definitely defensive. Now, this is something that definitely came back from the past, either a rekindling of an old flame. This could talk about somebody from the past that's come back. And I kind of get this feeling that with the Seven of Wands, there's a lot of protective energy. You're definitely protecting yourself, defensive in that regard, because obviously, you know, it's scary, right? Something's kind of just freak you out, and it's understandable if, you know, like you're kind of a little bit on the offense, I mean, like obviously on the defense, not really, you know, trying to pursue something, but you know, you're not shutting it down, but you're definitely going to be taking a couple steps back, you know. You don't be so prone to shaking hands with somebody that you know when you experience somebody maybe sneezing on their hand and giving you, you know, handshake. Gross, I know, but like this, you know, hear me out on that, right? That trauma causes you to do different things. Now, considering that we have the Five of Pentacles in the heart of your reading, obviously this talks about the challenge being rejection or feeling left out in the cold. It could also indicate that, you know, trying to overcome a struggle, overcome a lack in a situation. Something that's lacking here. And what's crossing that is the Two of Cups. Now, for some of you guys, you lack a connection altogether. You lack a relationship. You don't have one, perhaps. Or maybe the relationship that you have is something that's not really seen as a Two of Cups situation. It's barely seen as Two Cups. Maybe you guys are just friends, and that's kind of not where you want to be. Some of you guys are in a relationship, but some of you guys, you may not feel like it because something is just not there. So there's some sort of quality to the relationship that's not there. It's not present. Two of Cups is the obstacle, and it's just like when the Two of Cups is an obstacle, it could be that the relationship is the reason why you feel left out in the cold. Somebody just may not be truly like embracing you, or maybe it feels like this person's not truly embracing you, right? You know, you feel left out in the cold because probably, you know, because this other person, you know, because this other person isn't embracing you. Now in the past, you have the Eight of Wands. That's fast-moving energy, but there's also communication here, right? It talks about communication back and forth. Fast communication is that. Passionate communication. Usually ones on the internet through instant messenger. But things can be, you know, things are moving fast. Things are moving, you know, making some great progress. But then you have the Page of Swords here. I don't think this is spying. I know a lot of people, a lot of readers see this as like, oh, that's sneaky energy and stuff like that. But I feel like there was probably some choice words that were said that definitely prompted this kind of energy here, that got this person's back up, got your back up, where, you know, somebody may have said something a little too tactless, a little too aggressive, and it definitely felt like that somebody lacked compassion, perhaps. You know, maybe no longer someone doesn't feel the same way. Maybe there's a lack of feeling for someone, that empathy. I think that's the thing, right? Two of Cups to me can indicate empathy. Excuse me. So if this is talking about that lack of empathy, somebody definitely may have said something that made someone feel like they don't necessarily have the amount of empathy as much as they thought they did. You know, they're not seeing each other eye to eye because somebody's lacking in that front. And then you have the future being the Nine of Pentacles, which does talk about feeling like being single. Or feeling like you're in a relationship, but single in that relationship. Feeling alone. Feeling like you are this, you know, you're just there as a kind of a, not like a piece, like a private piece, but more of like someone that, you know, like, okay, well, you're in a relationship, but you don't treat me like you're in a relationship. Some definite quality time is definitely needed, but I feel like that Page of Swords, so just somebody said something, or somebody said something that was, you know, that was hurtful probably, and that's why, you know, there's a little bit of a standoff here, Earth signs. You know, somebody was open and honest about how they felt about something. Or maybe open, not necessarily open and honest about how they felt, but open and honest about what they believe. No longer see eye to eye. So now there's an imbalance. There's something that's got this relationship on the rocks a little bit. And the Nine of Pentacles, somebody comes out there. I don't think somebody comes out of this situation single, but I definitely feel like they feel more alone in the relationship than they were previous. If they were feeling alone at all, they definitely feel it now. They don't feel like they have anything, and then that builds a guilt. You know, I feel like this person will end up building a gilded cage, blocking this person out, and then we have a situation in itself. But we can catch it before him, right? We can catch this before it gets to that point. Communicating what your needs are is really where it starts at. Because before we get to the Nine of Pentacles, because this is a projected future from where this is. As long as you communicate where you are and communicate what your needs are, then I think that's the best thing that you could do. And I feel like it just sometimes things just get out of control. But I feel like Three of Swords coming up in your goal and ambition does talk about you having to see, you know, your old issues, seeing the old patterns in relationships that may not be very beneficial, and acknowledging heartache, right? Or acknowledging the old some sort of, you know, situations behind not communicating what your needs are. Because sometimes the Three of Swords, you know, maybe there's some things that you've gone through where the last time you've communicated your needs, somebody shut you down, hurt you really badly. So you don't talk about it anymore, you know. But I feel like in order for you to be able to work in a cohesive and harmonious manner, communication is needed, right? Communication is needed. And I don't think this is you guys necessarily, right? Some of you guys, maybe this is. But some of you guys is also, like, maybe this talking about stuff, talking about what you feel like you're struggling with, trying to get some understanding. But this Nine of Pentacles is tripping me out. So I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys your romance angels here. And, you know, I feel like you guys really want to overcome this Three of Swords energy. You guys want to pretty much heal from that. But the only way you heal from it is, one, by acknowledging it as it being there, and then finding solutions to, oh shoot, overcome it. Oh shoot, I was really hoping I didn't see this card, because I was saying, like, this is a single card, and I really hope, I was trying to find other things, because it doesn't necessarily have to be this way. But separation, time apart from your partners on the horizon. Now guys, just to let you guys know, when you see this card, right, maybe you just need some space, right? Sometimes it's okay to just have some space. Temporary this is separation, time apart. It means time apart. It doesn't mean forever distance, or, you know, you guys, you know, separating from your partners on the horizon, right? It's just time apart, meaning that, to me, especially to me, this is temporary. This is a temporary, you know, distancing for you guys. Some of you guys may have to just kind of have your own quarters, have your own space. Because maybe there's some things that just need to be digested about this. Or maybe there's some triggers that were, you know, that were brought up by that conversation that you may need some time apart from. Maybe you said some things that you may not have meant, or they said some things that they may not have meant. And just kind of understanding the situation and why you're feeling the way you are. Not because they said it, but because you're feeling something, some other emotion is being brought up. Some other feeling is being brought up. And it's having to do with something from the past. That, you know, healing that will probably be able to, you know, get you back on your feet and feel, like feel independent again, But I feel like, yeah, maybe there is just this need to separate for just a moment, to get some distance, to kind of understand who you are for a second. And time, like I said, time apart doesn't mean that you stay separated forever. But I do see this, I was saying, like, somebody said something rough. Somebody feels definitely rejected. And somebody feels like somebody can't, it's just like there's just a need to separate right now. And I think that's okay. Sometimes relationships get to the point where someone needs a break, and that's okay too. You don't have to break up. But it's okay to just like separate yourself for a little bit. Alright, y'all. This has been your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so sorry, y'all. But everything's gonna be okay. Keep your head up, alright? Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And the reason, and also one last thing, right? With Justice and the Seven of Wands, right? You have the higher ground with the situation. The choice is yours what you do with this energy. The choice is yours what you do. And the Judgment card says this, like, you've been in a situation very similar to this before. Maybe at a time it was very difficult, and you thought all the bad times were behind you, but no, unfortunately, when you go through life, you're gonna hit snags. Everybody does, right? But that's the thing, it's not about the snags that you hit, it's about how you recover from them, because you have better experience. You have, different techniques about it. You've gone through it enough times to know exactly how to handle it this time for yourself. Handle it this time for your relationship. And it's a testing thing, right? You have to kind of do what you need to do based off of how you feel, of course, but you have experience in this. So you're not completely blind in all of it. You have experience in that situation before where you've had a difficult time, or you had some sort of disagreement or some sort of harsh word said, and you have a better way of handling it. And it's just about being the new you after that situation's happened, how you handle it from now on, how you handle it from here on out. Okay, so hopefully that's hopefully that helps you guys to really reflect, look back, think about how you handled it then and how you can handle it now. And maybe with this, like I said, the separation may be a good thing, maybe taking a quick break, but it could also talk about you guys actually separating together, right? Maybe you guys take a vacation. And I know it's a separation from your partner, but you know me, I'm going to try and find anything necessary to, if those of you out there that don't want to separate, that don't want to take a break, maybe taking some time out and having a good conversation, and, having a real conversation, and just trying to come to some sort of agreement or some sort of terms. But if you need the space, you need the space, and that's understandable too. Alright, y'all. I'm really going to let you go this time. I love you guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Alright? Take care, guys. Bye now.